We often hear about the beauty of forgiveness, the idea that by letting go, we free ourselves from the chains of anger, resentment, and pain. But today, I want to challenge that narrative just for a moment. Sometimes, the most important thing we can do is not forgive. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a time and place for forgiveness, but there's also immense power in holding on to the lesson, holding on to the boundary, holding on to the truth of who you are and what you deserve. Not every wound needs to be covered up with forgiveness. Some cuts serve as reminders that you deserve respect, that your boundaries matter, and that there are consequences to crossing them. When you forgive too quickly, you may risk losing sight of those boundaries, and people may forget how they've hurt you, thinking they can do it again without consequence. Refusing to forgive doesn't mean you're consumed by hatred. It means you're standing firm in your values. It means you've learned from your pain and won't allow yourself to be put in the same vulnerable position again. There's a saying, forgive, but don't forget. But maybe, in some cases, we need to not forgive and not forget. Maybe we need to keep that fire burning, just enough to protect ourselves from the people and situations that don't serve our growth. When someone betrays your trust or violates your boundaries, it's not just a personal attack, it's a lesson that says, I deserve better. So hold on to that lesson. Don't rush to forgive if your heart isn't ready. Don't be pressured into thinking that forgiveness is the only path to healing. Healing can also mean drawing a line in the sand and saying, no more. Healing can mean cutting ties and walking away without ever offering the gift of forgiveness to someone who hasn't earned it. Remember, forgiveness is not a requirement, it's a choice. And sometimes, the most empowering choice you can make is to stand your ground and refuse to forgive, because you know your worth. So, for anyone out there struggling with the pressure to forgive, I want you to remember this. It's okay to hold on. It's okay to protect your heart, to remember your worth, and to take your time. You don't owe anyone forgiveness if it compromises your dignity. When we hold on to the lessons from our pain, we grow sharper, wiser, and more discerning. By not rushing to forgiveness, we allow ourselves the space to reflect. We give ourselves permission to feel the anger, the hurt, and the betrayal in its entirety. And that's important, because in truly feeling those emotions, we honor the experience, we honor ourselves,